This is Ben, Liam and Bell on Nova.
G'day there, podcaster.
Well, fun episode today. We rebranded the entire station. Also, I really loved the story you told about your father-in-law. I think, I reckon. Do you remember when we first started doing radio? I think it was when we were sort of single, really, or didn't really talk about you hear us talking about our other halves all the time, but it was mainly stories about our dads. Respective dads. Your dad, the stories for days, and my dad's just a real dad. Yeah. But I suppose we'll probably you weren't. You had a house quite young, but I was living with my parents when we started.
And that's why it's fun now, because now that I am married, been married now for over 12 months, but now I can also tap into the father-in-law dad
got
space.
Fresh dad
content.
You got double dads.
Double dad content.
Bell's.
I've given
Well,
you
hang
one
on.
of mine.
Your.
Well, I
Do you
mine
count?
only.
Do you count your mum's partner as your other dad?
No,
What's his name?
Jamie.
I'm sure he feels very sad about that.
No, but they're not married. They're not married or anything. They're just.
We did a bit where we try to get Belle and Jamie closer.
And we give you a mitt, and he throws a ball to you, and you catch it on the lawn. He teaches you how to ride a bike and shit.
It'll be a first for me.
Yeah, it would be. That's why it'd be fun.
Maybe it'll solve all my daddy issues.
Yeah, maybe.
No.
Anyway, enjoy.
My father-in-law did the most dad thing I have ever witnessed, Liam and Bell, and I would love to tell you about it.
He is a real dad, your father-in-law.
Yeah, he's a real dad.
I remember him doing a nice speech at your wedding, but he was like a real dad. I think it was on his phone. He's like, "Oh, bloody, lost my place." So he locked his phone.
That's right.
He had his phone on auto lock, and so every 10 seconds, because he'd be reading the speech, he would auto lock, and he'd have to unlock it.
And he was wearing his glasses very low on his nose. You know when dads, the older they get, they sort of wear them lower. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's a real dad. But tell me if you don't agree. I reckon this is the most dad thing I've ever witnessed. He emailed the company that makes his favourite brand of pickled onions.
Whoa.
just to give him some words of encouragement to say, keep up the good work.
So he's been buying these pickled onions for the last 30 years. They're his favourite brand.
Dad's froth them.
He won't touch another brand of pickled onions. But last week, he noticed the taste had slightly changed. But they weren't advertising on the label new formula. It was the same old packaging, and he was like, they don't taste how they used to taste.
Yeah. Just out of interest, is it the pickled onions with the red lid?
No, it's the blue labelled pickled onions, Fellberg's Old English pickled onions.
Okay, because I think my dad, I don't know what they're called, my dad has been using the red lid ones for as long as I can remember.
The blue versus red.
And so he emailed them and he asked, am I crazy or has the taste changed? Why have they changed? Why has the taste changed? And they replied.
Whoa.
Yeah, because it's the first email they've ever got. Obviously.
Fellberg's are freaking out.
The pickled onion company, are you surprised they had time to email him back? I don't think they're, you know what I mean?
So they said, hi, thanks for reaching out. We can't believe you noticed. So
nobody does.
They went on to explain the grower that we sourced our onions from for the last 30 years is no longer growing them.
Whoa.
So we've had to change supplier. But we guarantee they're the same great variety of onions. They're just grown on a different farm.
So he's noticing, he's almost detecting that the soil and the conditions are different.
Literally, he's noticed the conditions of the onion is different.
Which is, when you think they're pickled onions, so it's just full of brine. Yep. It's so bitter that you shouldn't even really be able to taste it's an onion
It's
anymore.
got the same pickling juice that they're soaking in.
Literally,
but
the same vat.
Noticed the difference.
He noticed
That's
different
incredible.
rainfall. Or
they should be giving him a year's supply of the onions just for picking up on that.
They should, Liam. But then he replied and said, well, I'll no longer be buying them.
Just furious. I'm going to the red lid. You would have thought after 30 years of service, you could have at least emailed all of your customers and let them know that you're going through a different onion supplier.
A very legitimate reason, supplier
fair,
couldn't get so fair.
Literally, the onion farmer died, or he's just retired. He's 88.
Yeah. Well, I'll no longer be buying them.
That's so sad. The
Cop
poor
that.
onion company.
Even after they've emailed him and been like, "Thank you, sir." Yes.
You're only a what if away from a holiday with whatif.com.
You could go to the dentist appointment or all the kids' sports. But what if it was a weekend on the coast instead?
Book hotels, holiday rentals, apartments, and more.
What if it's Aussie for travel?
Kellogg's has changed its name to Keller Nova. Yeah, I know. Yeah, where'd you get that idea from, Kellogg's? So Sultana brand, Cocoa Pops, Nutri-Grain, cornflakes. It's going to be Calanova now. So at least it'll still be Special K, I suppose. They don't have to change that bit. But they've obviously stolen our name.
They like what we're doing.
Obviously.
They like the taste of our brew, and they wanted a piece of it.
And, and that's, they're obviously trying to catch Nova's wave, and they're thinking we're going to zig and we're going to zag. Because guess what we're going to do? We're going to rebrand as well. We are you can be Calanova now because that's old news.
Mm-hmm.
We don't even I believe it's like a star, like a nova, like a star,
like
system.
supernova.
Yeah,
Gross.
whatever. Don't need
Nova?
that.
Ugh.
And guess what? We actually liked what you were doing, so we're rebranding to Noggs.
Melbourne's Fresh Breakfast. This is Ben, Liam and Bell on Noggs.
Yes, good morning, Melbourne, and happy Thursday. You are on Noggs 100.
It's Noggs 100, guys. Your new hot, fresh station here. What's coming up on Noggs, Ben?
Going to pay somebody's bills on Noggs. That's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Also, coming up after 8 a.m. this morning, going to be doing the Love Rat.
Yep, you can register for Pay Your Bills, noggsfm.com.au.
And you can also email the Love Rat, loverat@noggs.com.au.
Yep, and of course you can listen to us anywhere you go on the Noggs player.
All right, awesome. Ash is going to be checking your roads and doing your traffic and giving you the news on Noggs after this quick break.
Ben, Liam and Bell on Melbourne's Noggs 100. Ben, Liam and Bell on Noggs 100. Then it's Jamie before Noggs Boys Jams playing all those hot Nog hits on Noggs. Melbourne traffic. Noggs 100.
Bumper to bumper again.
On your radio, on the Noggs player, and play Noggs. This is Noggs.
It's 7:30. Good morning, Melbourne. Ash Gardner with you. And you're up to date with Ben, Liam and Bell on Noggs.
Ben, Liam and Bell. Back in just 30 seconds on Noggs. Noggs' $150,000 Pay Your Bills.
Kieran in Cranbourne, how long you been listening to Noggs for?
Oh, mate, being a big Noggs fan from the get-go.
Awesome. Day one. Love
on
to
ya.
hear it. You've got a bit of a bill in front of you that you'd like us to pay, sir.
I do. I have my sister's wedding coming up next week in Queensland.
Oh, yeah, and so what's the bill for the wedding?
So it is hotel accommodation.
That's always a bit steep, isn't it? Like, destination wedding. I'm making these two come to Adelaide for my wedding in a few weeks.
Yeah, so what's the accommodation going to cost, Kieran?
$552.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
Is that for a couple of nights?
It is, yeah.
All right, well, look, in the name of love, we're happy to pay the bill.
Oh, you guys are absolute legends. Thanks, Noggs.
No worries, mate.
No worries, Kieran. Glad it's catching on.
Okay, well, I think we've had our fun.
I think it's catching on. The branding's cutting through.
I know, it's been 15 minutes now.
If you give us a buzz right now for the 610 quiz, not only will you get to choose the next song we play, you also get...
We will give you a $150 voucher to La Cabra.
Oh.
It's 610. Hallelujah, it's 610.
$150 La Cabra voucher, 13.24.10. We had a little team lunch there yesterday.
Oh, I wouldn't call it little.
It was huge. I had, what's it called, Andy?
Birria.
I've
What
never
is
had
that?
Well, I thought because La Cabra put on an awesome spread for us, and normally I'd get your enchiladas, your tacos, your burritos, your normal stuff, and I thought I'd try something else, and I'd never had that on a Mexican menu before, but it's basically like...
It's like a crunchy taco.
It's crunchy taco full of meat,
Yeah.
and then you dip it in the meat juice.
Yeah.
Just
Oh, you didn't.
yeah, no,
no,
it's
that's
good.
what you're supposed to do.
They give you a bowl of meat juice.
I had cauliflower wings and an eggplant taco.
Drizzled
And
in meat juice.
no meat juice
I
at this
must
end
admit,
of the table.
I did have some of your cauliflower bites, Bell. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Hey, Daniel in Mulgrave, let's kick in to the 610 quiz this morning. The Cricket World Cup starts tonight in India. What is the capital of India?
I've got no idea.
Can you name like
Is it
one?
Dali?
No.
What did you say?
Dali's, that's an artist.
Did you say
Salvador Dali.
Oh.
It sounds
I
like
think he's on the right track.
Well, it sounds like Dali. It's kind of close to Dali.
Oh, Daniel, hang there. We might come back to you. I feel bad.
Chloe in Coburg, do you know the capital of India?
Chloe.
Hello.
Hey.
Yes. No, you know we said Chloe. That was like you would come in then.
What's the capital of India, Chloe?
New Delhi.
It is. I can see why Daniel was like Dali.
Yeah.
I see where he was going. Anyway, there's a Mean Girls the musical film coming to cinemas in January. In Mean Girls, what do they wear on Wednesdays?
Pink.
Happy birthday to American footballer star Travis Kelce, 34 today. Who's he dating at the moment?
Who was that? Sorry.
Travis Kelce. It's a name you might not have heard of a lot if you're not an NFL fan.
In the news, yeah, Taylor Swift, correct.
Taylor Swift, yep. Another 1,000 workers are expected to join the Woolies and Coles strike this weekend. Can you name another supermarket other than those two?
Another supermarket other than
Yep.
Aldi.
Aldi, yep. Suppose everyone's just going to do their shopping there this weekend.
Can you do one more?
Yep.
Can you do one more supermarket?
Oh, another supermarket.
Yeah, what else you got in there?
IGA.
Yeah, good one.
Jeez.
Independent Grocers of Australia.
Yeah,
Is that what it
you're
stands
good.
for?
Did you not know that?
Did you not know that, me?
I thought
would
everyone
say
knew that.
majority of
Super
it.
crazy,
Liam,
Belle.
did you know that?
Totally.
I thought everyone knew that. Did you not know that either, Liam?
No, I knew that.
Independent Grocers of
And
Australia.
you'll never be able to say otherwise. Okay, Chloe, you're doing really well here. See if you can get the last question. The new trailer for Priscilla, the movie with Jacob Elordi, is it Elordi? Is that how you say it?
Elordi.
El-
Nah, just
How do you
Elordi.
say it, Bill?
It's just Elordi.
Elordi.
Oh, okay. You said like
Elordi.
Elordi.
Yeah, Elordi.
Elordi.
He's Aussie as well.
He's Australian.
Is he?
So it's probably Jacob
Oh,
Elordi.
it's Elordi.
As Elvis has dropped. Can you finish these lyrics?
For I can't help.
Falling in love with you.
Yes.
You got it.
Zero vibe. But
Zero
you got it. You did get it. Well done, Chloe. You've won yourself that prize.
And
What was it?
you also get to pick the next song we play. So would you like some Hilltop Hoods?
So, do you want the Hoods or do you want to hear Journey?
Journey.
You want to hear Journey?
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
unreal.
All right, nice one, Chloe. You have a great morning.
You too. Thank you.
No worries. See ya. Do you feel like we didn't have much of a flow with Chloe?
Didn't pass the. If we were like, hey guys, in 2024 we're going to bring another member into the team. It's going to be like Ben, Liam Bell, and another person, and that was like our demo.
Yeah.
She would not get the
That's
job.
so mean.
I was
No,
just-
we just didn't. We weren't on the
That's so
same.
mean.
I was worried that whilst we were talking to her, I was like, am I the one not gelling here? I feel like no one was gelling.
Did you see that
think
bit
she
at
was
the
just
end? We
busy. I
said
think she
you
was
won
doing
the
other
prize,
things.
and she said, "Oh, what is it?" And Belle went, "You get nosebleed section." And she was just at no point was anyone listening
And
to
then we played
anyone.
Nosebleed, and then she was like, yeah. And then like, there's a second song coming.
Yeah,
Gotta wait for that.
Even when we said "Morning, Chloe," and she just wasn't there for like 30 seconds, we just didn't. We just weren't on the same.
I'm going to dwell.
We're
for the entire
dwelling.
show.
We're dwelling. Yeah, big time.
Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere.
Do you know that song reminds me of, Ben?
I know exactly what it reminds you of.
Sopranos. You seen Sopranos yet, Belle?
Nah, but I thought that song was always from Glee.
No.
It's like the Glee song.
Oh,
No,
no. It's about
and
Christopher.
I was in year 7 when Glee came out, and I
Listen
thought
to me
that
very
song was
careful,
by them.
Christopher.
Be very, very careful, Christopher. It's about Paulie, Uncle June, Big Pussy, and Johnny Sex.
I love that you
Gabagoo,
love
Mara.
Sopranos so much because I got you onto Sopranos.
Yes, you did.
And I remember being a kid, right? I was allowed to watch basically whatever I wanted, but I was never allowed to watch Sopranos. And growing up, Mum and Dad, they didn't watch like a lot of TV, but Dad used to always watch two shows, Seinfeld and Sopranos. And so as a kid, I think I was always like, oh, I want to watch that show.
Watch that one day.
And then when I was a bit older, my brother had all the DVDs. I watched all the Sopranos, loved it. It's like, it's got to be the best show, TV show of our generation. Breaking Bad kind of almost beats it, but
Yeah.
Well, there
Breaking
is
Bad's
there is
sick.
no Breaking Bad without Sopranos, though, right?
So is it just gang stuff?
It's the mafia.
The
Come
mafia.
on.
Yeah, but is it
Bada
just like
bing,
a lot
bada
of
Use
boom.
your head.
No, but is it like
Come
just a
on.
lot of shooting and a lot of like
Bada
drug
bing.
deals and
No,
like,
it's just there's so much more to it than that. It's
like
Right.
do you think honestly I would enjoy it?
Yeah.
yeah, I think you would.
At the start, he's got the little ducks, and he's looking after the ducks, and he goes and speaks to a shrink, and if his family finds out he's speaking to a shrink, moron, what are they going to
Because
think?
the whole thing is Tony Soprano, he's the leader, but then he starts having panic attacks. And he doesn't know why. He's having all this anxiety, so he goes to a therapist and he starts unpacking why he's thinking what he's thinking. It's really
So like the whole series is just all of his appointments?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And he just eats like a lot of cured meats and like sweats a lot. You know, I said, recently I went through my rebrands. I was going through my wardrobe, Ben and Bell, and cleaning out all my old clothes. And I was like, geez, I bought a lot of tracksuits when I was watching The Sopranos because it literally started altering my life.
Because that's your thing,
Literally.
Liam.
Whatever you're into.
You are the most impressionable person in the world. You're watching Sopranos, you buy 4 tracksuits.
You just reflect
I thought
whatever
I was
you're
from
watching.
New Jersey. You know, I started talking like this, moron. I was eating like cured meat and stuff.
Yeah, whatever Liam's into. If you look at him, you can probably tell what he's into at the moment. The trailer for the new film Priscilla has dropped yesterday.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time.
I didn't even know this was a movie.
Didn't we just get an Elvis movie?
We did.
Well, no, okay, so it's not an Elvis movie. I mean, it is, but it's focusing on Priscilla.
It's about that person that became famous from marrying Elvis. Well, no, don't make it sound like, oh, no, because that's literally why she was famous.
The thing is, though, so it's coming out November 3, so not too far away now, about a month. It's focusing on their marriage and her side of it because the Elvis film that we had, what was that, last year?
Yeah, I reckon.
That focused on him, put him in a really good light. And now this one is from her perspective and it's based on Priscilla Presley's 1985 memoir, Elvis and Me.
That is good because when you watch the Elvis biopic, definitely the feeling was they glorified him and he was perfect, but then in reality, he had a lot of demons and he did a lot of bad stuff.
And I mean, I think for starters, they were together when she was like 14.
Yes. Yeah. So this starts...
I'm just a hound dog, baby.
You ain't nothing but a hound.
I know you're in year 7, but I'm a hound dog, okay?
Well, from the trailer, it kicks off right from when they meet all the way up until the very end. Now, we've got a little bit of it here, but I just want to point out, let's just all focus on Jacob Elordi's Elvis impression most.
Black hair and more eye makeup.
I don't know if I like it.
What do you mean you don't know if you like it? Well, I need a woman who understands that things like this might happen. Are you going to be here or not?
I want a life of my own.
That's a tough gig, having to follow... who did the first one last year? Austin Butler.
Yeah.
That's a tough gig to follow Austin Butler.
It is.
Austin literally turned into Elvis, and he still is to this
still
day.
talking like that.
We've touched on a lot.
Isn't that the thing, though? Because also, like, the Elvis fandom's, still really there. So, like, if all of a sudden there's a movie where he's maybe not portrayed in the best light, that's pretty brave to do that role because surely you'd be copping a lot of hate for that, right?
Yeah, so Kaylee Spaney plays Priscilla. She looks fantastic. And the Aussie boy, Jacob Elordi, who you would know from Euphoria and The Kissing Booth, it plays
Kissing Booth
Elvis.
2 as well?
I
he plays Hot Guy.
haven't watched Euphoria or Kissing Booth 2.
Oh.
But so with that Jason Elordi, is that his real chin?
Jacob Elordi.
Jacob Elordi. Is that his-
it's his, yeah.
That's his real
He's
chin.
very chiseled, but he's not
You sound like
Austin
a real dad.
Butler.
You know that Jason Elordi? Is that his real chin or has he got some surgery on it, eh?
But come on. Well, you can hear it in the trailer. He's not Elvis. He's Jacob just mumbling. That's it.
I mean, I know he's never. No one's ever going to be Elvis, but I think he sounds a bit like Elvis.
Well, Austin's trying his best.
Austin
that's it.
morphed into Elvis.
Yeah.
Jacob it feels like he's just walked off another set of a movie and gone, yeah, I'll do this one. Something that really caught my eye, though, yesterday when the trailer came out, all the comments, they made such a good point. People were saying everybody is focusing, like the movie is called Priscilla. It's about her. Yet when they dropped the trailer, it was like, see Jacob as Elvis. Let's all focus on Jacob. The whole point of the film is to focus on her. And not one article that was posted yesterday was like, look at Kaylee Spaney as Priscilla. Look at this film from her angle. It was all
I'm sorry, but
Jacob.
am I wrong in saying that once again she's famous for marrying Elvis? Like, we don't know who Priscilla is. Like, it's like if there's a movie.
Elvis is the figure that everyone, when they think about Elvis, they think about Elvis. So they
But again,
so they're all going,
you
look at what
touched
he looks like in the movie.
She was so young and vulnerable when he came into her life, and he took her and shaped her and morphed her into what he wanted. And this is now showing her side of it, going, look at how much I was steered by him, and then all the horrible stuff that happened in their marriage. It follows that side of it. But of course, and we fell into it just before. Look at Jacob and how he's playing Elvis. So if you go see this film, I think it is going to shed a really, really good light on her angle. And it has been given her approval. The real Priscilla has watched it and said, it's really, it's given my stamp of approval.
Do we have a release date?
November 3.
You know how sometimes your other half buys something stupid and you're like, why have you gone and done that? Like, what a complete waste of money that is. My fiancée Sarah's most recent purchase, Ben and Bell, it's genuinely bamboozled me. Like, I was like, I honestly, is this a joke? Like, I thought it was a joke. She's bought a giant thermometer.
What?
And stuck it on our glass sliding doors with a nice view out to the backyard.
Yeah.
At eye level. Like on the sliding, and it is completely messing with the feng shui of the entire house.
I'm assuming there's a reason, though.
Well, is that just to get the temperature of inside the house?
No, it's it's on the outside of the door.
Oh.
So she wants the temperature outside.
Yes. And it's huge, man. Like, I honestly, I'm deadly serious.
Has she not got a phone with the weather app?
That's what I'm saying to her. And it's not like a needle with mercury in it. I don't even know if they do those anymore.
No, they don't.
It's like a huge semicircle with a needle on it. It's like, you know when you're driving on country roads and there's those bushfire warning signs? It's like moderate, high. It's one of those. And she's like, well, now we know what temperature it is outside. And, like you've already said, I said, well, like, look at your phone. Yeah. Your phone... You can tell what it is for the next 4 days. I could tell you on my phone what the humidity is going to be like in Uganda next Wednesday, and I don't have to look at a big stupid needle on my door.
But the other thing is, does it face outside or face inside?
It faces inside.
Right. So I was going to say, otherwise, if it faced outside, you have to go outside. You'd feel the temperature.
It's
by
also
the
like
time
when you're
you
looking
see it.
at the door. It's like a giant glass plane. Like yesterday, you see the needle going. You're like, oh yeah, it's shit outside. Yeah, who knew? Like wonderful. It's like literally the needle's like struggling to lift itself up in the rain. I'm like, what's next? Am I going to go and install a sundial so you can see if you're, getting to work on time? Like, check your phone, all right? It's got everything you need on it. We don't need a sundial on the door.
That certainly is a questionable purchase. I wasn't going to bring this up on the show, but I think I can one-up your fiancée Sarah.
One-up
I think
the bushfire warning sign that I'm looking at every day?
It was me that bought something. I spent $1,000.
What?
I spent $1,000.
Okay, well, I think this might have been like $10,
yeah.
But and it still annoyed me.
And definitely, I bought it, and then it arrived, and then my wife Sam saw it, and she honestly couldn't believe it. And then I was trying to explain it to her, and then I realised that maybe it wasn't the best purchase.
It's because you definitely feel like it's biggest shame job. Like I shamed Sarah so hard. I was like, "Why would you do? What a bloody stupid thing to do? Why would you do that?" And she's like, "I think I'd convinced her that it was a bad idea."
I did spend $1,000 on soap.
What?
Are you kidding me?
What do you mean?
Like a year's, even then.
Yeah, so
like, you know what I mean?
Like that's like decades.
A pallet of soap,
60 litres of it.
I mean, I'm trying to do the math on
like body soap or.
Well, that's the thing, Bill.
Oh, here we go.
All in one, is it?
It's every soap you'll ever need.
Shampoo as well.
So what happened?
Sounds like someone got sucked into an online ad.
No. Okay, now let me explain. So since having Freddie, my son, 8 weeks old, I've been doing lots of research into what's in things, right? And soap for me, super bad. Like, especially I was using spray and wipe, and I was like choking on it. I was like, it's so chemically, right? So I was like doing research on getting some products in the house that aren't filled with toxic chemicals.
Welcome to what I've been trying to tell you to
do.
But
you do it
only
for,
buy Earth.
No,
or
Earth is
natural...
also Earth is not good.
Yeah, but it's better
Earth
than
is not good. And the thing is, you do it for environmental reasons. I'm doing it for selfish reasons. I'm purely doing it for the health of the family, right? And so I was doing this research, and I came across this stuff called I think I'm saying it wrong, but I think it's pronounced Castile soap. So it's made from olive oil, and it was massive in the 1800s, right? And it's purely It's got like some seed oils in it, and it's got olive oil in it. That's what it is. It's made from olives. So I bought 60 litres of the stuff, but you can wash your hands, you can wash your body, you can wash your hair, you can wash your dishes.
You can cook steak with it.
You can dilute it in water, use it as a counter spray.
Yeah.
You can mop your floors with it. You can put it in the washing machine instead of washing powder, which is also really bad for you. So what I did was I did the maths. So I went and got a bottle of like Morning Fresh. I went and got the body wash. I got all those products. I worked out how much they cost. I did the maths. You're spending $2,000 to $3,000 a year on all those products anyway. So I spent $1,000 on soap, but across 12 months with the 60 litres, I'm actually going to save money.
Such a dad, aren't you?
I'm going to save money, and
are you keeping
it's
the 60
good.
litres in
And
the shed?
I've literally got 60 litres in the laundry, in barrels.
Or do you just
know
keep
what?
it all in? You get one of those outdoor pools and keep it all in there, and everyone can just have a dip in there.
Honestly, if you come around my house, it looks like an episode of Breaking Bad. You come in the laundry, and there's just chemical barrels.
You know what, Ben? Yeah, I support it.
You know
I think
what?
that's a great idea.
If you want, I'll give you a little bit.
Can I have a little sample bottle?
I've got 3 different types, right? I've got the
yeah?
lavender. I'm going to use that for like the body wash and the hand wash. I've got orange and lipsy. I'm going to use that for washing the dishes and the countertops. And then I've got unscented.
Yep.
And I'll use that for the clothes and the washing machine and stuff.
Could I try a little bit of the orange one?
Certainly.
What we do at our house is we've got like I think we did one round of expensive hand soaps and like the Aesop sort of like nice looking bottles, and then when they run out, we just fill it with the cheap shit.
Yeah.
So people come over and they're like, oh wow, Aesop, but it's like no, that'll burn your skin if you put enough of that on. Oh yeah,
You
that'll.
need to buy some of this olive oil one.
nah.
Mate, I'll give you some Castile
Nah,
soap.
that's cool, man. We'll take the Golo stuff. That's totally fine.
I'm glad, Belle, that you're getting on board with my soap idea.
Yeah, you were saying, I've made a ridiculous purchase. Yeah, 60 litres for $1,000 of soap is ridiculous, but
If you do the maths, it actually works out cheaper over 12 months. So you got to do a big upfront payment, but then across the year you're going to save money. Plus, Belle, you and I were talking about this. You save 120 plastic bottles.
And I think that's the part, because I already buy only like Earth Brand and Natural, and I would never put anything down the drain that would kill wildlife. But this, now, if I jump on the bandwagon, the olive oil soap bandwagon, then I'll also save the plastic.
You know what? Actually, I'll give them a shout out. And this is absolutely unsponsored. I paid full price for this. But the reason I want to give it a shout out is it's actually a husband and wife that live in Victoria. I believe they've got an olive grove that make this stuff by hand, and then they send it out to people in Australia. Dr. Planet, if you want to get involved, Dr. Planet.
Dr. Planet.
I said 13, 24, 10. I got enough. If you want some, give us a buzz. Is it Keisha's giving us a buzz in Diamond Creek? Keisha, you want some soap?
Oh my God. No, I just wanted to say how hilarious you guys are. I don't want any soap.
That's sweet. We thought you were calling for soap.
Oh, that's very sweet of you, Keisha.
I'm so sorry, but you guys are hilarious. I was just saying how it's like you guys are sitting at a cafe around a table just talking.
Oh, that's very sweet, Keisha.
Our boss is going to love that.
You are doing
I'll
us a
meet you
great
at the cafe.
That's really sweet, Keisha.
Well, I'd say I'd bring the soap, but I guess you don't want any, Keisha.
Nah, I'm good. I drive around all day.
Yeah.
Like I'm on the road, and oh my God, I can't wait to get back in the car after seeing my patients to just to listen to you guys in the morning. It's hilarious.
What do you do for
work? You guys are awesome. I'm a community nurse.
Oh, that's amazing work.
Yeah,
Well, look,
you guys
I know you don't want
are
any,
hilarious.
I know you don't want any soap, but what about a $150 voucher to Soul Origin?
Are you serious?
Yeah, of course. Thanks for all the compliments.
No, give it to someone who really, really needs it. I'm good. I don't need anything. Thank you. But
Saint
oh
who's
my
called
God.
up.
You treat yourself.
No, take it. Have some lunch on us.
I mean, Keisha, it's that, or we can give you a double pass to The Exorcist.
Yeah, what would you rather? Would you rather go to...
Hey, I might take the second. No, not really.
All right, Keisha. No, we do
Have a
appreciate
great
that. That's
day.
very kind. I have to move on, though, because Prue in Cheltenham's given us a buzz. Prue, you want some soap?
I would love some of your beautiful Castile soap. I love that stuff.
Yeah, so you've used it before?
I have used it before, on and off, and yeah, I think I was very interested in what you spent $1,000 on, and I believe in your cause.
Absolutely.
And in the product.
You can wash your hands, your body, your hair, your dishes. You can make it into a counter spray. I'm going to give you a litre of Castile soap.
A litre?
Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.
No
Bro, I can
worries.
give you 2 litres of the stuff I got at my house. I'm pretty sure it's got methylated spirits in it. It's also good for stripping paint around the house if you've got any sort of DIY work.
And all those who got more than 3 hours sleep say I.
I actually went to bed at like 7 p.m. last night. I slept like a baby. Not your baby.
Yeah, no. Freddie, my little baby, my little 8-week-old was being an absolute turd.
No.
Just would not go to sleep. Would not go to sleep.
Do you think it's the weather?
Nah, they go through developmental changes. So as someone who wasn't a parent 8 weeks ago, I had no idea about this. So their brain has milestones where the neurons change. So essentially their brain doesn't grow in size, but their brain changes.
Makes connections.
And stuff like that. So they might... So, last night, he might have been developing how to see a new colour. And then their brain is changing, so therefore they're fussy and they're upset and they just wouldn't go to sleep.
And I'm telling you, Ben, as the godfather, I've got a night bag packed by the door and it's been there, it's collecting dust. It's been there for weeks. I'm waiting to be tapped in. I'm waiting.
Would you actually do that? Would you take a night and let Ben sleep?
It wouldn't work, though. You can't just give it to Liam and then he's just not going to fuss.
We've got a newborn in my extended family and they've done shifts where, my aunt has subbed in for a night, my mum's going on Friday night.
Well, they're flopping the boob out and feeding the baby.
No, they just got bottles and stuff and you just sub in and they get a night to themselves.
Yeah, well, Freddie's breastfed, though, so you can't, unless Liam's going to put his nipple in his mouth.
Mate, as I said, a connection between a godfather and, it runs deeper than gender, than a lot of things. And I believe I would produce milk. If he needed me, I'm willing to try. I'd just be a little hairier than the nipples he's used to.
Love rat, Bill's the love rat. Love rat, Bill's the love rat.
Yeah, about once a week I anamorph into the love rat. And this morning, asking 13 24 10, what happened when your partner met your ex? If it has happened, 13 24 10, because poor Leonardo DiCaprio, he's rocked up to Paris Fashion Week to watch the beautiful fashion shows, the catwalks.
Poor Leo.
And he's rocked up with his current partner, Vittoria Coretti, and she's a model, of course, it's Leo, and she was walking in the catwalk as part of Paris Fashion Week alongside his ex, Gigi Hadid, both doing the walk together. And then in the crowd watching them were 7 more of his exes.
Jesus, he has lived a life, that man, hasn't he? Ever since he drowned in the Titanic, he has been on fine form.
You know what? I'm not surprised. It's A, it's Leo.
Yeah.
But B, surely these events, everyone on that level in the industry would be like, oh yeah, I've been with that person or they've been with that
It's almost not even
a
flex. If you're with Leonardo DiCaprio for a couple of months, whatever. Who hasn't that guy been with?
Well, these girls are all sitting in the front row. You've got all of them sitting watching Gigi walking with Vittoria, and then he's sitting there in the middle oh God. But it's fantastic. I mean, look, I know that you guys paid me out for poor Leo, but, poor guy.
I'm sure he's doing just
I think
fine.
he's right. He was probably trying to line up a 7. You girls remember me, huh? Hey, you should get to know Gigi. Hey, come back to my place.
13 24 10. What happened when your partner met your ex?
Have you ever met any of your wife's exes?
No,
Ben?
I never have.
No, yeah, I haven't either. I mean, my partner Sarah, she met my ex once. We're at a ballpark music concert, and she brings it up sometimes because I was pretty blind, to be honest. And I saw them talking together, and I was with my friends, and they were sort of lining up for the toilet, and they were talking with each other. And from Sarah's account, they were having quite a pleasant conversation because it was a mutually known thing. They'd both been with me. And I walked over pretty drunk and went, "Whoa, this is awkward."
No.
And then I walked off, and she said it was really awkward after that. But before that, it was fine. They were just getting along, and I was like, "Whoa,
Liam.
crazy!"
Christina in Baronia, good morning. What happened when your partner met your ex?
It was actually when I met all my partners, some of my partner's ex-girlfriends at his 21st. So he had a few of his high school girlfriends there. They were invited, and in his speech he was thanking people, and then he thanked me and pretty much said in front of all his ex-girlfriends, you know what, all the other girls didn't really mean anything. It was all leading up to this woman here. She's amazing and everything else like that. And to say I had every single ex-girlfriend's eyes on me, and they were pretty pissy after that towards him and me.
Are you still together?
Oh, yeah, we're married with a daughter.
Oh, I guess he was right then.
If that's his feelings, though, why did he invite them? Like, if that's
Mind
what you're
games,
say.
baby! Love gaslighting.
Mary in Coburg, what happened when your partner met your ex?
Hey guys, so it was at a friend's 21st birthday party. It was, I had a pretty rough breakup, and I had checked that he wasn't going to be at the party, that my ex wasn't going to be there, because I wanted to bring my current partner as a +1. So he said he wasn't going to be there. He lives in another state, so I was like, I'm safe, we're good. Anywho, unbeknownst to me, we rock up, I go to the bathroom, and I run into my ex, like smack bang into him, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Anyway, he walked me to the bar and he was like, introduce me to your current boyfriend. And I was like, oh, okay. It ended up being them standing either side of me at the bar talking about their degrees, what they do in life. It was total one-upmanship. And I swear to God, and they also kept buying me drinks. It was like, oh, no, I got the next one, babe. I got the next one. And I was like,
oh, wow. That's a real...
I can't remember how I got home that night. Let's just put it that way.
That's not good.
Hopefully with your current partner.
That's a real getting the tape measure out, isn't it? Like,
I got the next one, babe.
Oh, don't worry about it. Yeah, me and my degree and my job, I could probably get you the next drink.
Thanks, Mary. Great call. Jen in Geelong, what happened when your partner met your ex?
Hi, guys. So my husband and I were having our first child, so I was fully pregnant, big belly, going along to our first birthing class together. And it was about 15 minutes into the birthing class, 20 minutes, and I've got my knees up to my chin with my husband sitting behind me pretending to push and huff and puff. When, lo and behold, my ex walked in the door late with his then pregnant wife.
Oh, interesting.
We've both sort of looked at each other and done the awkward sort of smile and hi, well, red-faced and huffing and puffing. And then they've sort of sat down with us and continued on with the session of
the fake
huffing
birth.
and puffing, pushing.
Yeah.
Birthing together.
That's like something out of a movie. That feels like something out of a rom-com where they run in doing that.
Full rom-com vibes for sure.
Wow.
Christina and Ferntree Gully, wrap this up for us. What happened when your partner met your ex?
They met in the kitchen as my ex was friends with my brother-in-law, so we went to their house and they shook hands and it was lovely. And then we were driving home and my husband told me that just before they had gone to the toilet and touched his pee-pee with it and didn't wash his hands, so he was feeling quite proud of himself.
Got him.
Treating his germs.
Got him with old peen hands.
He had no idea I didn't wash my hands.
No.
Yeah.
Proud.
He was ruffling his hair. He was getting in his cheeks. I love this guy. Come here. Bada bing, bada boom.
That's
Christina, we're going to give you that Sunbeam coffee machine. Congrats.
Oh, that's amazing.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Good
No
on
worries.
you. Yeah.
I was secretly hoping someone was fighting on the lawn at some point.
Yeah.
We didn't get any lawn fighting calls.
No, just the peen hands.
Yeah. Well, the Cricket World Cup starts today. I personally couldn't care less, but it has changed the little Google thing.
It's very cute Google
It's two
picture
ducks
today.
playing cricket, which is funny because, you could be out for a duck.
Ah, very good.
Yeah.
I got it.
Good on you, Google.
Good on you, Google.
Well done to whoever came up with that one. No, I like that.
That would be a good interview to get on the show. The person, because someone's job is
Oh,
to
to be a
make
huge team.
the Google Doodle. You
Yeah.
reckon?
Yeah.
Or just get someone from the Google Doodle team to come on the show to
it-
talk about where they get their ideas from.
Yeah, that's one of your first questions. How many people on the Doodle team? You know what I mean? Like these are all the sort of things we want to talk about.
Lady Gaga, Poker Face. It is a Thursday morning. Did you see that video doing the rounds where I believe it's that song? It's got the swear words in it, but no one censors it.
Well, what?
I can't actually repeat what it's supposed
Hang on,
to
Lady
be. but
Gaga's
Like
song.
that song there, Poker Face, Poker
Yeah.
Face, mum. There's actually, if you listen closely, it's one of those things, I don't know if it's true, maybe it's like fake news, but
Sounds a bit fake.
there's supposedly only a couple of radio stations caught it and they censored it, but every other radio station played it and we still do play that version.
No, we don't.
I gotta hear
No,
this.
we
I gotta,
don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you
Hang
search,
on.
if you Google, is there naughty lyrics in Lady
I'm
Gaga
gonna
Poker
Google,
Face?
is there naughty lyrics?
Well, that's what will get the result. what you're
Don't
looking
Google
for.
it, Belle. We get banned from the
I'll
work
Google-
computers.
I'll Google uncensored.
Don't Google
No,
rude
because-
stuff.
Face
But that's the whole thing. No one
lyrics.
No, that's not going to work because
What?
nobody. That's the whole thing is nobody censors the song.
What word did she say? Can you say?
Well, it's not. It's an F. It's an F bomb.
Oh.
It's poker face. Poker face. Ma. Poker. But it's not
okay.
saying.
Yeah,
But it's not saying poker face. If you listen closely, it is.
It's can't read my poker face.
Well,
That's
not the
can't read
naughty
my
version.
effing poker
no,
face. by
no,
the
no, it's
sound
not
of it.
saying that. It's saying. I can't even say it without getting in trouble.
legit.
Yeah,
Oh, the
producer
other-
Brody gets it.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh.
If you want to know, Google it.
An
I'm sure you'll see the
adjective.
video. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Hey, Ben Lehman Bell here, just jumping on. We don't normally do this, but it's exciting.
Yeah. You know how, like, you would have heard us talking about the poker face thing there, and Belle and I are really trying to get it out of Ben, but obviously because he's on the radio, he doesn't want to be rude, so we can't really, like, I didn't really understand what you were saying until after we went off air, so we wanted to play you the audio so you can hear it
Yeah,
yourself.
because it's not satisfying if you don't get the answer. And you could Google it, but even then you might not necessarily find it. So I've got the actual song here. I won't say the swear word, and it is quite vulgar.
Well-
so I'll put a content warning on this. If you're under the age of 16, don't listen.
If you do Google the lyrics, it is written there.
So yeah,
Oh, it is.
I
Yeah,
is it
it
written
is.
as
So
that?
when we turned the mics off during the show, I Googled it and it had it written there. So if you look it up, you'll see exactly what it says.
All right, so it is actually, that's great. So that confirms it.
You
that
can
she
do that
is-
now.
we're
she is
playing it
saying-
on Nova. We're not censoring it.
We literally play this version as does every other radio station. It's crazy. So what she's saying is poker face, poker face, ma. F her face for F her face.
Yeah.
She's saying F her face in
And I was like,
the song.
No, she's not, dude.
And then when you hear it, you're like, no, she is. Check it out.
Poker face, poker face. Poker face, poker face. I wanna.
So she's saying poker face,
different.
F her face. She's
Yeah.
definitely.
That one
she's-
was different.
That's
There's-
the
there's
exact same one I was
ucks.
playing you, Bill.
Ucks,
There's
yeah.
ucks. You can definitely hear the f in there.
You can hear the ucks.
Poker face, poker face.
There.
Yeah.
Poker face, poker face.
Oh,
Yeah.
Definitely saying it.
Yeah.
I
Anyway,
don't know,
saying
is
it.
it, is it a
Little
Yanny
bit
Law
rude.
situation?
little bit rude.
Well, it's in the lyrics. You said it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But that's a little treat for our podcasters.
Bye.
Super duper exciting because the powers that be at the marketing team at Nova 100 said to Ben, myself, and Belle yesterday, guys, do you have any ideas for a new show slogan? You know, they get billboards up, and normally it's like boring stuff like Made for Melbourne or like Melbourne's fun breakfast show. Like everyone uses the same taglines every year, and we thought, great. Because we've got this opportunity, maybe we'll throw it out there and we'll let you suggest what our new tagline should be. We had some awesome calls.
Top of the bell curve.
2 boys, a girl, and a radio show.
Ben Lehman Bell, PlayStation, KFC, and meat pie.
There is guys who run Triple J and the token female. No, it's not Hamish. Your plan B? Melbourne's morning mediocrity. Can't believe they lasted this long.
Oh, yeah.
If your CarPlay doesn't work, listen to us. Ben Lehman Bell, Aldi of breakfast radio.
Oh.
When you order breakfast radio from Sheen.
Could it be like Ben Lehman Bell, our picture, and then the slogan is, yes, Chrissy's having brownie left.
Thoroughly enjoyed all of those suggestions.
Honestly, we couldn't even decide on a favourite, but we are thrilled to say that pretty much all of those suggestions are getting a run. They're like digital billboards, so they can just like change them. So today, I think our first billboard on Clarendon Street, it's just near Nova 100 here. So if you're driving through South Melbourne and you called up yesterday, you'll see your phrase up in lights. You know, like, well, at least they're trying. Boring and unknown. Not the best, but not the worst. One of my personal favourites. And Melbourne's cheapest breakfast show. Unfortunately true. But, you know, I think that's like, I like how we're going for the real angle. You know what I mean? We're not trying to blow smoke up our bums like everyone else. It's just sort of just saying it how it is.
If you ever have a good one that comes to mind and you go, oh, that's perfect for the billboard, you can always hit us up on Instagram, Ben, Liam and Bell.
Big strike for Woolies and Coles employees over the weekend. I wonder if that's linked to the chicken mince. Haven't been able to get chicken mince the last few days.
Have you not?
Literally, it's just we get a lot of chicken mince normally and couldn't get it at Coles.
Why do you get so much chicken mince?
Well, we eat it and the dog also eats it.
Yeah.
So it's it's getting 3 mouths.
Yeah,
one smaller mouth and 2 human mouths.
We do the beef mince for our dog.
Yep. No,
Or you
beef
could
mince gets
just
a run as well.
Try something that's not meat and actually.
Yeah,
Well,
awesome.
you're
Yeah,
talking
just
about feeding an animal.
I'll give the dog some
feeding
lettuce. I'm
animal-
sure he'll love it. Yeah, awesome.
it'd
There
be
you go.
great.
That's good for his bones.
There you go, mate. Have an iceberg.
Guess what? He'd be fine.
No, he wouldn't. He'd literally die.
What does your
wouldn't
cat
he?
eat? What does your cat eat?
He.
I've fallen off the high horse and I've broken my arm in front of everyone.
But why don't you try and not eat mince and you can just get some more
Shut
vegetables?
up, Belle.
What the hell?
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.